6.2 centimeters in height and you get a body mass index.
Get white tape on it, like never again. Like I only want black tape on the house.
So yesterday, no black tape on the stick.
There's no black tape. He doesn't even want it in the house.
Got it.
Just if you're wondering about if even these kids are
We'll work that into the. That's a good style like that. BHS Sports TV is proud to present Middlesex League Boys Varsity Playoff Hockey. Live from the John Ryan Rink in Watertown, Massachusetts, we've got semifinal action here in the 2021 Middlesex League Tournament. This one-time league tournament featuring the third-seeded Belmont Marauders and the seventh-seeded Arlington Spyponders. My name is Todd Bloniars, and I'm joined alongside here once again by Matt Rowan. And Marauders, Matt, you were here yesterday at the John Ryan Rink when the Marauders won their quarterfinal matchup against Wakefield, the sixth seed. In fact, the Marauders, the only one of the four higher seeds to win their quarterfinal matchup yesterday, had to be pushed all the way to overtime before some heroics from your own son, Matt Rowan, who came up big in the 3-on-3 extended period.
It was a great effort. Honestly, it was a great effort by both teams. It was very clear neither team wanted this season to end. You know, you get 3 seconds left in overtime. Snap went in against a goalie that was, talk about on his head. Their goalie was outstanding yesterday. So I know Belmont's fired up. Belmont wanted this matchup. I've talked enough of these kids to know they didn't want someone to beat Arlington. They wanted to see Arlington again, which I can certainly understand. We talked about it in the last game. These two teams know each other. These coaching staffs, they know each other. There's no mystery what they're going to do. We're not going to see a new wrinkle. We're going to see what we always have seen between them.
They definitely know each other well this week. This is the third meeting in the last 6 days between these two teams. Matt, just really quick about your son's heroics yesterday. Obviously got it was a great pass from Cam Feachy and some good stick handling right in front of the net by Matt. But there was another key that you brought up just before we came on the air to Rowan getting that game winner yesterday.
Well, we were talking about how when they played Arlington the other day, he had black tape on his stick. He never uses black tape. I don't know why. He just wanted to do something different. Clearly didn't work out, and you look over and he's ripping the tape off, trying to get new white tape on his stick to get out on the ice. You know, obviously it paid off for him because he was able to score that game-winning goal on a really beautiful shot. And again, a nice play by Cam Feachy to get that puck over. 3-on-3 hockey. I can tell you when I had a couple of kids over the house last night, they were dead tired. It 3-on-3 hockey is skating all over the ice. You try to keep control of the puck. You know, they really earned that victory yesterday.
And Coach Fred Allard obviously tried to double. He basically only played about 6 guys in that 3-on-3. He was kind of alternating between the Feachy line and then bringing in, your son, the line. Yeah, that line.
You know, and it was really Tommy Grace and Henry Stonehouse on D. I didn't see the other two defensemen out there. I know Shea Donahue had a few shifts on the 3-on-3, but yeah, with 5 minutes to go before the shootout, he was looking to get his top players out on the ice. You saw the kids that were out on the ice last year in the state championship in that run. That's who he trusts. That's who he relied on, and he's going to have to rely on them again today.
And those guys played the full 5 minutes as it took till there was only 3.5 seconds left before Matt Rowan pocketed the game winner. Arlington, similar boat to Belmont coming into this game, having played their quarterfinal matchup yesterday up at Stoneham. Arlington, a 7 seed. That's just based on regular season record, of course. I think Arlington arguably could be one of the hottest teams in the league right now. They took out the second-seeded Spartans on their home ice yesterday, but it also went overtime, and it was also a 2-1 final.
Yeah, honestly, I'm sure Coach Missouri not only happy about the win, really happy about the test that they got yesterday. You know, this is going to be another opportunity finally to show that they're one of the top teams for Middlesex, as they have been for years. And I got to tell you, Stoneham put it to them. Arlington was able to pull ahead. It was a great game. I got to see a little bit of it. I thought the effort was great by Arlington. No surprise. And as you said, they struggled in the early part of the season. Coach Missouri really went to his younger kids and gave them an opportunity to play. They arguably could be the best team in the Middlesex right now.
Perhaps one of the biggest keys if the Marauders are going to advance beyond today's game and into the championship game coming up, we believe, on Saturday. One of the keys will be what the Marauders can do in the 5-on-5 situation, because Marauders yesterday got goals. Ben Feachy with a shorthanded goal in the first period, and then Matt Rowan with the game winner coming in the 3-on-3 overtime format. So the Marauders, you actually have to go back 4 games now to the last time that they scored a 5-on-5 goal, and a team like Arlington that doesn't make a lot of mistakes, probably not going to be in the penalty box much today. Marauders are going to have to improve improve on that if they're going to win today.
Belmont was able to get the puck out of their own zone yesterday. I will tell you, that game could have been 4-0 at the end of the first period yesterday. The goalie stood in his head. They really worked to get pucks to the net. But if they get pinned back in their own zone, and you know Arlington is they're going to come on a 5-man forecheck. They're going to keep coming and coming and coming. Belmont's going to have to work the puck. They're going to have to get their wings out. They're going to have to start getting speed through the neutral zone to try to gain any traction on Arlington today.
Of course, the one thing that works in the Marauders' favor, if they can just put the puck in the net today, because as we've been saying, the Marauders coming into this game, 6 wins, 3 losses, 2 ties. When the Marauders score at least 1 goal, if they get on the scoreboard, they're unbeaten, 6-0-2. All 3 of their losses has come in the form of shutouts, and obviously the 2 within the last week to these Arlington Spyponders. As we look out in the Arlington side of the net, it looks like it's going to be sophomore Mike Hayes drawing the start, although I also saw Jake Davies during that very brief warm-up period, and it may be that the 2 goalies, they're both sophomores, may split duties again. That's the way Coach Missouri's been playing it so far, with Hayes playing in the first period and then Davies in the second. Ryan Griffin, of course, will be making the start once again for the Marauders. Coach Allard's been riding him throughout the season, and with good reason, as Griffin comes in with a goals against of under 2 goals a game and a save percentage well north of 90%. As we are underway, Cam Fici on the opening faceoff for the Marauders. It's controlled by Arlington, and now Fici up along the boards, and he'll skim it down into the far corner. We have a very early icing, just 10 seconds into the game. Quick reminder, of course, if you've been watching all year, 22.5-minute periods, 2 periods, and then, of course, if we are tied, we'll go to 5 minutes of 3-on-3.
Arlington's got out early on Belmont in the first 2 meetings this year. Belmont's going to really look to clamp down out in front, try to keep this game close.
Fici on the face-off once again, swept up along the boards. Cam Fici with it. He'll try to fire a shot. Defending it was Dom Leosa, one of the senior captains for this Arlington squad. Marauders had some struggles in the 2 games against Arlington, getting the puck out of their own end. We'll see if they're able to do that with a little more consistency today. That could go a long ways toward their success in scoring.
Chris did a nice job coming out of his own end. Make the first guy miss, make that pass out. That's going to be a big difference if Belmont's able to do that throughout this period.
Ben Fici slings it along the boards, an attempted centering pass for Arlington. Camping in front, and now Griffin will cover up as Jake Russell, who had a goal on Monday against the Marauders, was circling in front, and a wise play by Griffin to cover it there.
The change in the lineup today, Joe Michaud finished on Declan Harrington and Matty Rowan's wing. He's starting the game today up on the second line.
The second line that Harrington is centering, but the pace-off was controlled there by the Spyponders. Marauders fighting for it. Gaziano, I should say, and it's kept in by Brendan Flynn of Arlington. Marauders now far corner. Harrington lost the puck. Back to Flynn. He'll try to shoot it in straight on. He had a clean shot. Griffin saw it straight in and made the save.
So, Todd, we talk about when Belmont has control of the puck, their wings one of their wings has to get out of the zone. They have to create an opportunity to get that puck into the neutral zone with some speed. Right there, you just saw them get pinned in. The wing started looking over instead of taking off and creating an opportunity. They got to start flying out of that zone.
That is freshman Jack Sadowski taking the face-off for Arlington. Sadowski netted the game winner yesterday against Stoneham in their quarterfinal game, and he also had a goal on Monday against the Marauders. Very talented freshman, somebody that Belmont will need to keep an eye on in this one, among several other talented forwards on the Spyponder team. He goes behind the goal and now up along the board. Still kept in, however. Shot, and it looked like Gaziano might have got a stick on that, although I also heard the blocker pad of Griffin to knock it away. But again, controlled by Arlington. Centering pass, no one there. Nice play. Well, no one there, I should say, except for Henry Stonehouse. He'll clear it out.
That could be part of the approach here today. Flip pucks up the middle, create a jump ball, let them go chase down. There's some speed in Belmont coming out of there. Get the pucks out of your defensive zone.
Yeah, well, you're right, Matt. We know how strong Belmont's speed is, and they should try to use it to their advantage. Arlington's done a good job in their 2 games against the Marauders to neutralize that speed. And here's Cam Fici. Marauders again with their top line back out on the ice. Shea Donahue manning the left wing along with the Fici brothers. And there's a shot that got blocked into the corner. Shot went wide. Marauders have it. They will send it up the ice, and Brendan Flynn goes back to get it. Marauders with a little bit of pressure, but can't keep it in the zone. They'll have to dump it back in. Flynn retreats. He's had a lot of touches of the puck so far in the early going. Pass along the boards. Donahue tries to keep it, and we'll have an offside called with just a little under 20 minutes to go in the opening period.
It's a nice early change, though. We're starting to see Belmont work their forecheck. They're not leaving guys open. They're not giving a lot of space. Big difference between what we saw in the first two games.
Yeah, no question about that. We've just barely played 2.5 minutes, but you can see a marked difference in this game. Certainly, energy and adrenaline will be a question. Both these teams being extended to the overtime limit yesterday, and for both teams, it's their fourth game in the last 6 days. And we certainly saw how physical that both Belmont and Arlington were in their two head-to-head matchups earlier in this week. That'll be kept in. Harrington with the keep-in, looking to center it. Was misshowed. Comes back along the boards. Arlington trying to clear. This time it's the Marauders who pinched. Nice pinch in there, although Spyponders are able to finally clear it down the ice, but it'll be an icing.
You're starting to see that pressure have an impact on both sides. Arlington doing the same against Belmont. Belmont had the early icing. Arlington needed to get a little space there, whipped the puck up the boards, and was able to take that icing, get themselves a breather.
Here is Matthew Pomer, ready to take the face-off against Jack Sadowski of the Spyponders. Marauders push it in, but Arlington ultimately has control of the face-off. We'll go up along the boards. Gaziano gives chase. He'll go down there with Sadowski all over him.
This line is a good matchup for Arlington.
And they're able to keep it in. Leosa with the shot right on, and another save for Griffin. Saw that well right into the glove.
Coach Missouri had Martinez out far on the wing. You know that that's a design play. They win that. They're going to rattle that puck around and let Martinez go chase it.
And it'll be Ben Fici this time. Oh, check that. I'm sorry. That's still Pomer on the face-off out there. But Arlington's able to win it. Shot into the corner. It'll actually get deflected up into the netting. So we've played a little over 3.5 minutes. No score in this semifinal matchup. Winner of this game will play the winner of Belmont and Winchester in the other semifinal. Again, as we mentioned, Belmont, the only one of the top 4 seeds to advance with their quarterfinal win yesterday against Wakefield. And there's a shot. Oh, was a perfect opportunity there for Nico Martinez, as you just mentioned, Matt. He was all alone on that side, but he fanned on the shot, or on the pass attempt. He fanned on his shot. It had an open net, though.
This is a great matchup for Arlington with Sadowski, Martinez on this line against Belmont's third line. This is the group that's really killed Belmont the first 2 games.
And we should again point out, again a reminder, Sadowski, Martinez, both freshmen, very talented ones. I'm sorry, Nico Martinez is a senior. I'm sorry, he's one of the seniors. Sadowski's a freshman, though, and we've seen them both create. They've had success against the Marauders in the 2 head-to-head matchups from the regular season. We have a little over 18 minutes to go here in the opening period. Face-off will be to the right of Mike Hayes. That'll be Cam Fici once again on the face-off against Reed Malatesta of Arlington. Face-off controlled by the Spyponders. But Marauders are able to keep it in. Nice play by Donahue there to sneak it back behind the net. Ben Fici looking to bring it back up front. Barely able to keep that in, but a nice job there by Tom Grace. It's right out in front, and Cam Fici could not control the bouncing puck, and it goes back in again. It'll be blocked by the defense, and here comes a little breakout for Arlington, but it's 2-on-2. Marauders back defensively.
Nice job by Stonehouse. Take him out of the play. Created offsides.
And the Marauders having some control now. They're able to get the forechecking game going. They've been able to have the puck down in the Arlington end a little bit. We saw very little of that past the first few minutes of the game on Monday at the Skip Vigorolo rink. Along the boards now in the Belmont zone, and Declan Harrington will shoot it back out.
That little bit of contact down low separates play from the puck. You're able to have your next man come in and make that play. So this is what Belmont needs to do. Make the first man miss, then make that pass into the neutral zone, get in with speed. You're starting to see Belmont pick up the pace now.
Marauders unfortunately iced the puck that time, so the faceoff will come back down to the left of Ryan Griffin. With a little under 17 minutes to go here in the opening period, still no score. It will be Declan Harrington on the faceoff, but once again, Arlington with another, well, it was a faceoff win, though. Nice play by Harrington to let one of his teammates get control, but again, it'll be another icing.
Drew Fecto's really creating some havoc down there on that wing in front of Ryan Griffin. He's tough to handle on those faceoffs. He's looking to really drive to the net.
Drew Fecto wearing the odd high school numbered 84. You don't see that one too often in hockey circles. I'm trying to think of the NHL player who wore that number. Like, what's the reason for 84?
Can't think of the 84.
I can't either. I mean, I know some of my hockey numbers. That one's not one of them. The shot goes wide of Griffin. Marauders trying to clear this one out. It'll be kept back in, however, by Flynn. Sadowski far side, back up top to Flynn. The shot will be blocked by the Marauders and cleared back to center. And Coach Allard will have a player change here as Rowan tipped it back into the Arlington zone, and he'll come out. Marauders look like they have their third line on the ice right now.
Just switched out to the third line.
Yep.
Send Packard coming down.
We have a whistle. Another offside, I believe, was the call there. Or, nope, sorry, icing. Nope, they're bringing the faceoff back down to the left of Griffin. And it will be again Pomer on to take the faceoff for the Marauders. And he's battling there with Jake Russell. It's kept in by Arlington. Marauders, though, able to play some good defense there from Tom Grace to knock the puck loose. However, Arlington has it back once again. Pass for Fecto on the left side. He'll send it back looking for Russell behind the boards. Leosa will have to retreat to center. Let's see if we got Michael Pomer trying to win the foot race. Can't do it, but Arlington has to retreat all the way back into their end. Here's Brendan Hirsch. He lost it. Marauders will dump it in once again as we've played about 5 minutes here, or I should say about 7 minutes here in the opening period. Sent back down. It'll dribble in on Ryan Griffin. He'll leave it for Henry Stonehouse. Stonehouse off the glass, and now the battle at center for it. It'll be knocked back in again, and that time it'll be icing against Arlington. Matt, boy, there's a lot of back and forth on both sides here. Play's been pretty even in the first 7 minutes.
Yeah, and no one's really able to get too much control. They haven't had too many saves from the goalies. They're just not getting shots on net. It's really, working around, working the puck around. We know what's coming. They're going to start firing shots at the goal here.
Cam Fici, I should say, will take this face-off to the left of Mike Hayes, the Arlington netminder. After the official picked something up off the ice. I believe that might have been someone's mouthpiece. Now they will drop the puck. Cam Fici against Malatesta, and the face-off controlled by Arlington. Belmont's back on the attack, though. And now a scrap forward at center.
Malatesta's done a great job in the face-off. He really controlled the dot in the first 2 games. He's doing the same here.
He also has 3 goals in the 2 games against Belmont this year. So not only strong on face-offs, but the center man knows how to put the puck in the net. We'll have another whistle.
COVID face-off? No more than 3 men in the area of the puck?
Right. Here it is. It'll again be numbers 4 and 2, Cam Fici and Reed Malatesta, respectively. Malatesta, one of the 2 Arlington captains, only a junior. So always have to be impressed with any team captain who is not a senior. They've got to be a pretty strong character and talent to be given that captaincy as an underclassman.
I think if you grow up in Malatesta in Arlington, you're born that way. But a lot of good leaders coming out of that family.
Is that similar to the Conley family in Belmont?
Yes.
Pretty akin to that?
Very well known.
The Malatestas are the Conleys of Arlington.
Always good kids. Starts with great parents.
Indeed it does. I will second that when it comes to the Conley family, who, of course, I remember years ago when I first started calling Belmont hockey games and got to know Mrs. Kelleher very well. She was always at the games watching her son Ryan at the time, who was on the Marauders back in the 90s, and that's when Coach Masuri was just beginning his coaching tenure at Winchester, where he won a couple of state titles in that decade and then came back and won a couple more since coming in to coach this Arlington squad. Also, he had a chance, speaking of Coach Masuri and coaching and families, he had a chance to coach his son Anthony.
That's right.
On last year's
last year.
Yeah, the squad that made it to as co-champs of the Super 8 D1A tournament. So much talent between these Belmont and Arlington squads. You talk about the great rivalry, but of course both teams co-state champions last year of their respective divisions, and yet play in the same division, the Middlesex League Liberty. So we have another whistle and face-off will come down. We've played almost 9 minutes now in the opening period, and another face-off will be to the right of Griffin here.
Arlington just seems to breed good hockey players. You coach against them at the youth hockey level, then you have your sons play with them or your daughters play with them in the select elite level.
Marauders once again there defensively, can't quite clear it out. Here's a fanning of the shot. Stonehouse goes into the corner. He's double teamed, but he gets a little help from Declan Harrington, who's trying to scrape that one out from behind the boards. Instead, it's taken by Russell, but he'll throw it out on the stick of Amishad, who will send it back down the other way. Belmont employing a line change here. We approach 13 minutes to go here in this opening period. Still scoreless. Middlesex League semifinals, this unique COVID-bred tournament with no state tournaments this year. Wanted to get a little postseason hockey for these teams who certainly deserve to have some kind of a playoff, and so we'll have a Middlesex League tournament champion crowned at the end of this. Top 8 teams were seeded based on their one-loss record and point total. And Marauders ended up drawing the 3rd seed overall, with the top seed Woburn getting stunned yesterday by Burlington, an 8 seed. The 1-8 matchup, I guess just like the NHL, the 1-8 matchup could go either way.
Especially in this type of environment.
Burlington from the Freedom Division upset Woburn. Maybe it's not the upset may not be so surprising, but the score 4-1 for a Woburn team that had lost just 1 game going into the action, and certainly looked good in their in the 2 games that you saw against Belmont. Play back up into the neutral zone. Here's a little breakout attempt, and Michael Pomer with the shot on. And the save made by Hayes. Comes back out. Peter Grace, and he'll send it along the boards. Ben Packard, who you mentioned was back in the lineup after missing some time, had it, and Arlington player tried to fall. I don't know if he was trying to draw a penalty, but the officials had none of that. And it'll be swung around into the far corner once again. And it'll actually come all the way back around. Wow, how often do you see an icing of that sort?
Yeah.
It was like...
Peter Grace helped that along. He punched it out a little bit too hard. And again, when we talk about getting your wings out of the zone, and I keep bringing it up, you can make those plays when your wings are flying out and they can chase those pucks down. And you'll give up a few of the icings. You're happy to take them. Belmont's wings are still stuck in their zone, so they're having trouble getting out.
And they're having trouble winning some of these faceoffs too. Arlington controls it once again. Pass was behind Malatesta. Now the Marauders have it.
Lucky bounce.
Henry Stonehouse breaking out over center. But it's 3-on-4. 4 red jerseys back there for Arlington, and Marauders can't get any kind of odd man advantage there. Thomas Grace far side. He will send it back in. He takes a hit, and we're actually going to have a holding penalty called. I believe that's going to be on. Oh no, they called the icing. I'm sorry. That's an icing call. All right. I was going to say that wasn't a penalty.
Coach Allen's getting a little bothered that they're releasing pucks before they get to the red line. That's the second time I've heard him say something to one of his players.
I mean, how much do they must devote a lot of practice time to that, I would think, especially at these levels, right? I mean,
well, this year's been hard. This year's been really hard
the
with
practice
the lack of
schedule,
practice.
yeah.
You know, how much time are you able to put into your special teams, your penalty kill, your power play when you're just trying to get your lines right?
True. There is Leoza back to get it. Dominic Leoza sends it to center. Pass looking for Mike Dunning, who battles with Stonehouse Ford in the corner. It's kept in. There was Malatesta trying for the redirect. He sends it wide of Griffin. There's Michaud getting hit into the boards. Puck's going to trickle out of the Belmont zone, so Marauders got a little break there, and Stonehouse will send it cross ice to senior co-captain Tom Grace, who will start the attack. Nice stick handling here from Grace, and he'll send it on in. The shot and a stick save for Hayes. Swung back around, and a nice play by Matt Rowan to intercept the attempted clear. Centering pass right on the stick of Cam Desmond. Kept in, however, by the Marauders. Now finally cleared to center. Long pass for Fecto. That'll be another icing. Comes with a little over 10 minutes to go here in the opening period. Still no score in this semifinal matchup in the Middlesex League tournament. Glad you could join us here. We are streaming live on BelmontMedia.org and on the BMC channels here this afternoon from the John Ryan Arena in Watertown. Todd Bloniers along with Matt Rowan and our executive producer and cameraman today, Jeremy Meserve, who has the perfect camera angle, and he's giving you some great shots here this afternoon.
Russell won another face-off. He's really controlled the face-off circle, and that's why Arlington's able to control the pace of play.
I'll say he has. I would say at this point, I mean, again, unofficially, it feels like Arlington's probably controlled close to 3/4 of the face-off so far. Perhaps more. Russell's been a part of that. Sadowski's also been pretty strong, and of course, Reed Malatesta. And that one will be sent back down into the Belmont end. And once again, Belmont trying to get this one out. It'll be kept in, however. Shot through a screen, and Griffin might have gotten a stick on that attempted centering pass, and Gaziano will clear. I think the net came off the support. Yep. Although, I don't know, Matt, this is starting to look a little reminiscent of the other two games, Belmont-Arlington, where play was fairly even in the first 5-7 minutes, and then Arlington started getting a little more control in the Belmont end, and it kind of feels like we're getting to that right now.
Yeah, we brought up Drew Fecto in his 84. I got Henry Stonehouse's mother says Guillaume Letendrice was the last 84 in the NHL.
Who?
Played for Montreal in 2007. He's number 84.
Oh my goodness, he might be the only one in NHL history to wear that number.
First player in NHL history to wear the last unused double-digit number in league history.
Wow. Who supplied us with that info?
Henry Stonehouse's mother, Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy Stonehouse, our crack research department here at Belmont Media, BHS Sports TV. We appreciate that. Boy, you really have to be a diehard hockey fan.
Really,
the Canadians
you're really digging deep for that one.
Not much to cheer about with the Canadians these days, but of course, I know Bruins fans may still follow them a little bit just because they got Claude Julien over. Oh, is Julien still coaching up there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Still hanging in up there.
It's a little different when they're only playing an all-Canadian schedule. You just don't see the games as...
Yeah, the great rivalry, the Bruins-Canadians rivalry, not in existence this year unless they somehow were to both get to the Stanley Cup Finals. I don't think that's not going to happen on the Montreal end this year. But anyway, back to hockey here in Watertown, and we'll have another face-off upcoming, and it'll be right at center ice with Cam Fici to take that face-off against Reed Malatesta, once again controlled by Arlington. It'll be sent down. Thomas Grace trying to clear. Kept in, however. And now out of the zone. Cam Fici racing for it. It's poked away by Hirsch, and Thomas Grace goes back to get it. Tom Grace battling 1-on-2. He'll send it far corner for Stonehouse. He'll send it back up. You can kind of keep seeing how one of the Fici brothers tries to get up there near center and, you know, steal the puck, kind of create a breakout whenever the puck gets up there.
Yeah, they definitely are trying to throw pucks up and let someone chase them.
And once again, it was Cam Fici 1-on-2, but he wasn't able to get to the puck. He was shouldered off of it, and once again, Arlington has control. That one will be another icing, as once again That was supposed to be a pass, I believe, Matt. Again, I imagine Coach Allard is getting a little exasperated over on the Belmont bench.
When your wings aren't looking for the puck, that's going to happen when it's coming from behind them. You can't just skate up at the ice and not have your eyes on the puck.
We have a little under 8 minutes to go here, first period. Remains scoreless. This time it'll be Declan Harrington on the face-off against Jake Russell. And a shot coming in, and it did not get to Griffin, and Marauders clear it out, but just to center. It'll be dumped in again. Marauders trying to get that attack going, but now you do see how Arlington is improving on the forechecking game. They're creating the space that they need, and they're certainly getting more of the shot opportunities here. That shot will be sent into the far corner. It'll come around, and Peter Grace has it. Long pass along the boards, although Marauders catch a break. That came in on goal. Mike Hayes has to cover it up, otherwise it would have been another icing.
He did a nice job to get that puck behind Joe Michaud, let him kind of chase his way down to it. Fortunately, ended up on net, and they didn't take an icing call. If they're able to spread the ice that way, those stretch passes will lead to more offensive opportunities.
That was Matthew Palmer on the face-off, but another face-off win for Arlington. Even in their own end, and Sadowski will fire it in. Griffin gets a blocker on it, sends it into the corner. Again, they're looking to center. Here's a shot right on. Trying to poke that one in was Sadowski over, or check that. Actually, that was Matt Alessi, who scored a goal against the Marauders on Monday, and also had another goal in the quarterfinal win for Arlington yesterday against Stoneham.
Once again, Martin is always around the goal. He's always around the puck.
There's Matthew Palmer. That time, face-off win for the Marauders. However, they're poked off the puck, and
I think that's the first time Sadowski hasn't won one.
Yeah.
I think Russell's won every one he's had.
But Arlington has a little break there. Sadowski kind of tripped over an edge, lost an edge on the skate. Marauders back the other way. Shot over the crossbar by Matthew Palmer. That one will be redirected in by Michaud. And a save for Hayes, coming with a little over 6.5 to go here in the opening period.
Pace has slowed down a little bit as we've gotten, the 7 minute mark of the game.
Well, that could also be the fatigue setting in. Both teams playing, just 24 hours ago. Both teams being extended to an overtime period. Both teams probably riding their top two lines into the ground in the overtime period. We know certainly that was the case with the Marauders and Coach Allard. Back the other way, and somehow able to get control of that was Ryan Gilbert. 1-on-2, he still managed to get some kind of a shot off. Griffin there, and
Grace is a big, strong body. He was able to ride him off. That was all strength right there, because he was beat on the outside.
And there's Gilbert, Grace, and Cam Fici, and they're going to hold it up against the board's far side for another face-off to Griffin's left.
So they'll whistle that dead every time they see that fourth body come in. They're going to whistle that dead in high school hockey this year.
As you said, the COVID face-off.
COVID
right?
face-off.
It's a new term here at Hockey Lexicon, one we wish we didn't have to come up with, of course, but there you go. Arlington looking to center Malatesta.
Reed Malatesta with another face-off win.
Yeah, and then he still had a chance to take a shot from the mid-slot, but Marauders defensively were there, and he wasn't able to get a quality shot on. This time the puck now down in the Arlington end. Here's Michaud. Marauders trying to keep this in, but goes off the stick of Tommy Grace out. Marauders will have to retreat here. And
Belmont needs to do a better job in their line changes. They're getting stuck at the door.
Stonehouse had lost the puck on that one, and shot right on. That's going to actually dribble wide. It was deflected as Brendan Hirsch was trying to fire through a screen. Declan Harrington now tries to poke that one out of the zone, and Marauders will dump it in on a player change.
That's the second or third time I've seen, and we saw it in the last game. Belmont's getting stuck over at their door. They're making changes. Arlington's working their way up the ice, and they can't decide if they're coming on or going off.
Face-off will be to the right of Mike Hayes. Declan Harrington trying to win that face-off, but it will be controlled by the Spyponders.
Big hit out front of the Belmont bench by Matty Rowan.
Nice one. There's a shot, and Michaud with the shot and the save for Hayes. Again, we don't have official shot totals up here, but it certainly feels like Arlington would have the edge, as most of the play has been down at the Belmont end, as we're down under 5 minutes to go here in this opening period. There's a shot in from Desmond. It'll be redirected by Griffin. Arlington able to keep this one in, and up now dribbles off the stick of Sean Bradley. One of the only 3 seniors on John Masuri's squad this year. He swept on down, and there goes Peter Grace to get it. Grace.
Nice move.
Yeah, with some nice stick handling. Now up to Ben Fichi, who's got some open ice. Fichi the shot, and a save for Hayes. That's what the Marauders have been looking for all this game, and they finally got the opportunity. Oh. That one looked like it hit off the side of the net. I would have said post, but I didn't hear metal. There's another shot and a save for Hayes. Ben Fichi on the from a tough angle on the near side. So the Marauders get a couple of great shot opportunities from Ben Fichi, including one from a very difficult angle. Really the first test for Mike Hayes we've seen in this game.
They really worked the puck down. Peter Grace making a move out of his own end. Hits Fichi in stride through the neutral zone, like we talked about earlier in the early part of the broadcast. That creates offensive opportunities, 2-3 different offensive opportunities.
Arlington was forced to ice the puck, so faceoff comes back down to Hayes' right. Once again, it'll be Declan Harrington taking that faceoff against Jack Sadowski of Arlington. Marauders trying to keep this one in. Stonehouse, and he steals the puck. And lost it again, and it'll be...
You know, Coach Masuri loves to get that wing on the outside on that face-off. You see Martinez, he bails out on the wall. Puck comes up, he can go chase. What you could do, and what Henry Stonehouse just did, is took advantage of that. He played that aggression and came, swooped in behind him and was able to create offensive opportunity.
Here's the action along the near boards. And there's another shot by Declan Harrington, and a save. Hayes saw it well. Harrington, I think, was hoping for more of a screen there. He's kind of on the odd change. The puck was in front, and shot opportunity there for Henry Stonehouse, but it gets blocked. Quickly, Arlington's back the other way. And we're going to have a penalty upcoming here, and it's going to be on the Spyponders, it looks like.
Looks like Fichi's stick exploded.
They're going to call a slashing penalty, and that's how Fichi lost his stick. How it ended up in multiple pieces, and so Marauders are going to get a power play here. First penalty called in this game, and it's going to be on Arlington's number 11, Nico Martinez, the senior.
You know, Nico plays hard. I really like his game. Absolutely took a whack at Fichi there. I understand why he did. But Doug Fichi's going to be paying another $300 for a hockey stick.
That's what they go for these days.
That's what they go for.
Wow. So Nico Martinez gets the slashing minor, and it'll be 2 minutes. They're not putting the penalty time up on the clock. Apparently, they don't have the clock for that. We have 3:06 to go here officially in the first period. A big power play. This Arlington team does not make many mistakes. Right now, they've given Belmont a golden opportunity on the man advantage if they can cash in. Marauders have Gaziano out there, along with, and the puck came out of the zone, kind of rolled on its edge, and it'll be cleared out by Arlington. Now the penalty time is up on the clock.
Fecto did a nice job on the wall there, create a little havoc, be able to punch that puck down behind Griffin. Belmont's going to have to work their way out of their zone again.
Stonehouse pushes it up to Matt Rowan. Rowan near side, looking to get it to Donahue. He gets hit off the puck by Malatesta, and it'll be sent back down the ice. Marauders had, I believe, maybe 1 or 2 power play opportunities in the game at the skip on Monday, to which Arlington effectively killed those off. And
I don't know what that call was.
I'm going to guess that, the puck must have jumped outside the zone there.
I don't think he was in a good spot to make that call. That puck didn't look like it went offsides.
Masuri seems to agree.
He likes the call. John,
he liked Missouri. Is that what he said to the official? I thought he was questioning it.
He liked it.
All right, a little over a minute to go in the power play for Belmont. See if the Marauders can cash in, and it'll be cleared out, and it actually winds up into the Arlington bench. Arlington right in front of us here on the near side. Unlike at the Skip Figueroa rink where the two benches are both on the same side of the ice here, we've got them across. Of course, Belmont, I'm sure Jeremy's getting great shots of the Belmont bench that's on the far side. Marauders in their white jerseys with the maroon and blue trim.
I think Jake Russell make a pretty good boxer the way he moved out of the way of that puck.
Again, another clear out, but Marauders still have time here. A little under 50 seconds to go with the man advantage as time winds down in this first period of a scoreless game. Here's Thomas Grace, shot saved by Hayes. He bobbled it momentarily, and now he'll just cover it up.
So that's a perfect entry into the zone on a power play. Carry the puck through, don't dump it, take an opportunity to take a shot, work your way down to the goal.
Hope for a rebound, too. Obviously, you've got players maybe crashing the net there. Donahue. We got both Fici brothers out there. Shot goes wide off Donahue's stick. Cam Fici keeps it in. Was looking for Carrington behind the net. Cam Fici keeping it in again, battling with Malatesto along the near board. Up front, Thomas Gray shot and was looking for a crossing Harrington and comes back out once again. Ben Fici, and now it'll be just cleared out of the zone with only a few seconds left.
Those blind backhand passes, they're very low percentage, not necessary. Control the puck, work the puck around.
And a crazy bounce, and Declan Harrington had a chance to try to take a one-timer right in front of Hayes, but Arlington was there defensively. We're in the final minute of the first period, and the teams are skating once again 5 aside as the penalty time is up to Arlington's Nico Martinez. Marauders will send it back out to center.
You better not misplay the puck with Ben Fici around. He's going to make you pay for it like he did right there.
And again was kind of floating out in front. Back the other way come the Spyponders. Shot goes wide by Russell. Marauders were down to the final 20 seconds of the period as it's dumped in by Michael Pomer. There's an interception by Gaziano. He'll send it in one more time. See if the Marauders can catch a loose puck off the boards here. Gaziano has it again inside of 10 seconds, and another shot and a stick save or arm save for Mike Hayes, and that is the end of a first period that saw some spirited action on both sides. Good play. Marauders had the one power play opportunity, but otherwise we remain scoreless here in this Middlesex League semifinal matchup. Far better cry we've seen. Marauders now, first time this season, they've held Arlington scoreless through a full period. So
they did a much better job defensively. They did not let Arlington set up. They weren't able to get into the zone clean. They weren't able to take clean open shots, and certainly they weren't able to crowd Ryan Griffin, which they were able to do the other day.
All right, I'm Todd Bloniarz. He's Matt Rowan. We'll be back with more action coming up, second period action in a little bit. You are watching BHS Sports TV's coverage of Middlesex League playoff hockey. We welcome you back to the John Ryan Rink here in Watertown, Mass. for semifinal action here in the 2021 Middlesex League Boys Varsity Hockey Tournament. Third-seeded Marauders, seventh-seeded Spyponders, Belmont, Arlington, the rivalry that it is, and they are scoreless through one period. Todd Bloniers along with Matt Rowan, our cameraman extraordinaire, Jeremy Meserve, and bringing you all the sights and sounds here, and just about ready to start this second period. And again, Matt, kind of recapping your thoughts on the first. We had some pretty even play on both sides, although you could argue Arlington was starting to get a little more control towards the latter stages of that period, which got a bit neutralized by the penalty, which they killed off when Belmont had the power play for a couple minutes.
Arlington did exactly what we expected they were going to do. They were going to come out strong, come out quick, move the puck up the ice, use their speed to get to the net. They've done a really, really good job. I really have been impressed. I've seen them now 3 games with Martinez, Jake Russell, Brendan Hirsch has looked good. Leos has obviously looked good. He's been good for years. They've really been able to move that puck up and down the ice. Belmont's done a better job in this game, kind of controlling them, containing everything to the outside. We're going to see a couple goals here in this period. I can tell you right now, this game is going to loosen up a little bit. This should be a firing game.
Well, speaking of goals and goaltenders, Coach John Masuri of Arlington doing what he's done all season, even in this tournament, as he has made the goaltender switch. Mike Hayes played in the first period. We now see number 29, Jake Davies in there. Both Hayes and Davies are sophomores, and throughout the season, Masuri has split the time between them, and continues to do so even in these postseason games. So Davies in goal right now, a little bit smaller in size than Hayes, but certainly I would imagine a little bit more quickness, and both Hayes and Davies have been very successful against Belmont in the prior 2 games. That's going to be an icing on Arlington, so the face-off will come down to the left of Davies.
I could see why they wanted to get that play off the glass. Sadowski took off. I tell you, he was just a step or 2 off from having control of that puck before it went over the goal line.
Again, the winner of this game gets the winner of the Winchester-Burlington game. Both those teams were lower seeds and pulled off their upsets yesterday. Burlington an 8 seed and Winchester the 5 seed. Winchester beat Melrose 4-1, and that was the same score as the Burlington-Woburn game. Belmont, the highest remaining seed in the tournament at a 3rd seed, only favorite that won in their quarterfinal matchup yesterday against Arlington. That was a very exciting game. It looks like we've got the makings for another good one here this afternoon. Cam Feachy gets it to his brother Ben, who lost it off his stick. It ends up back on the stick of Cam, and now back on the stick of Ben, and he tries to fire off a backhand, but that puck was just bouncing around a little too much. Always dangerous when you have the Feachy circling the net, though. If only if the puck had a little more control to it.
You're starting to see a little more space coming now for Belmont.
Well,
the defensemen are going to look to make one move, get the puck through the neutral zone.
That's exactly what they want too, Matt, is to create that open space for their speedy players. Peter Grace just shot that one over the goal into the net, so faceoff will come all the way back out here to center.
Belmont has really good offensive defensemen. They're able to skate, they're able to move the puck up the ice, and it's key here against Arlington, who's trying to pin you down in your zone. It allows your wings to get loose. It allows your wings to take pucks in the neutral zone with speed, enter into the offensive zone.
Declan Harrington on this face-off for the Marauders. And I think we're going to do it again. Take 2. Can't quite see who that is for Arlington turning around, although it's probably one of Russell Malatesta, or it is Russell, Jake Russell, 19, and Arlington has control of the puck. Marauders trying to pen that one in, and Spyponders will flip it into their bench.
Belmont got a little bit of a break there. Matty Rowan lost his stick behind. He was chasing without a stick.
So we'll have another Harrington-Russell face-off, this time won by the Marauders briefly, and now it winds up on an Arlington stick. They send it down the ice, and it will be another icing.
Puck sort of exploded over Matty Rowan's stick there. Arlington was able to take advantage. They weren't able to complete a breakout pass, but they're able to reset in their own zone.
Marauders are getting some breaks here. They keep getting these face-offs down to the left and right of Jake Davies, who just came into the game. He had a brief warm-up, but this would be the time if the Marauders can try to attack the net. Try to see if they can catch Davies, maybe not totally stretched out and ready to go. That bounces around and winds up on the stick of Davies, who will try to clear it out, but it takes an odd bounce off the board. Still not out, and Davies will send it cross ice for Cam Desmond. He'll send it all the way through. Another icing call. Well, and that's one of those that Coach Missouri's got to be a little frustrated about, because his guy iced the puck there, and I'm not sure he knew where he was on the ice when he fired that shot in.
Yeah, those are fine when they're designed plays where you're trying to release one of your wings. When you're just slapping the puck away, no coach wants to see that.
Especially when it's the fourth icing in the last minute. You know, that's when you know it's not a designed play. Here's the face-off once again. That time was Matthew Pomer on the face-off for the Marauders. Puck will drift out to center, and there's Sadowski, who falls down. They're going to call the penalty.
Penalty on Henry Stonehouse, little hold.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you, that was all Martinez coming up the wall there. I don't know how good of a shot we had. That kid is a pit bull. He's like a dog on a bone. Sadowski was the one that got taken down. It was a hard work by Martinez that made it happen.
Well, we saw Sadowski in the game at the Skip a few days ago, just racing down the left side. That was basically the same play. That time Stonehouse was trying to slow him down and committed the holding penalty. So the Marauders will have to kill off this penalty. Man advantage for Arlington. It's Sadowski out there along with Dom Leosa, now far side. First penalty on the Marauders this afternoon. Behind the net is Alessi. Alessi trying to throw it out in front. It winds up on the stick of Peter Grace.
Nice job by Grace sealing off the side of the goal mouth.
He's out there along with Tom Grace and the Fici brothers. So the brothers Fici and Grace trying to kill this penalty off. Here's Sadowski, and a quick one-timer from Leosa and a save by Griffin. Certainly one of the prettiest looking shots we've seen so far in this game, and Griffin came up big. About a minute expired in the Stonehouse penalty. Arlington able to keep it in. Sadowski again, looking to center it for Malatesta, poked away by Tom Grace. And again, another poke away. Marauders can't clear it, however.
You have to be careful up top with Ben Fici up there. He's made a career of taking those pucks in the other way.
Like he did yesterday for a shorthander against Wakefield. And there's a try to jam in attempt, and Griffin had it, lost it. Puck still bouncing around behind the net. That's Big Reed Malatesta, senior co-captain, trying to make things happen for his Spyponders.
I think Reed's a junior.
Oh, junior, sorry.
Yeah.
You're right.
He's a captain.
Junior captain. That's
junior captain.
Yeah, right. I mentioned that earlier. Yeah, a rare junior captain. That's what's confusing me, that little C next to his name, but there you go.
So this is what Belmont does. They force you to the outside. They don't let you get pucks down low. Yeah, you might get a cheesy little chop on the corner there, but they're not going to let you put that puck into the bumper position in the middle of the ice.
Well, I'll say this, Matt, that was a very effective penalty kill by the Marauders as the time is up and Stonehouse is now out of the box. Team skating once again, 5 aside, and here's a break, and here's Matt Rowe with the shot and a save for Davies. One of those situations, you know, always at the end of a penalty, someone's coming out of the box, players are changing up, the puck was just kind of laying out there, and Rowan tried to break in at a tough angle, still got the shot on, forcing the face-off.
He sets you up a little bit. He's got those long arms, but he holds them into his body, so when you release that puck, he's able to jab at it and pick it off in the air.
Of course, Rowan with the big game winner yesterday, coming with just 3.5 seconds left in overtime to get the Marauders to today's game. There's a nice little hit along the boards by Peter Grace. There's Michaud battling for it. Declan Harrington trying to keep that one in. Kept in, does nicely in the shot and a save. I think that was Harrington with the shot and the Davies making the stop.
Arlington does as good a job as any high school team I've seen holding up wings. When you watch them on a face-off, there are 5 guys in that face-off. They are not letting the wings have clean runs into the goal. They do a really good job holding some big bodies like Matty Rowan out of the way.
Check that. That was Henry Stonehouse on the shot. It's Declan Harrington to take the face-off here for Belmont. It's pushed forward, but... And Rowan had it. The puck's sitting out in front, and nobody's there in a white shirt to poke it into what looked like an empty net from this angle.
So Belmont looks like they've been coached on that breakout by Arlington. They're hopping in front of Martinez now, be able to throw pucks into the middle of the net.
So the Marauders kill off the penalty and then get a couple of decent scoring opportunities. But now it's Arlington coming back the other way. This game certainly now looks like a far cry from the games we've seen within the last 6 days between these two teams. Here comes Michael Palmer. He'll send it in, and it'll be broken up, sent back out to center. Back the other way, Nico Martinez shot, and a save by Griffin. He'll kick it out of play.
Nice work with his stick. Martinez had Henry Stonehouse beat. Henry was able to use his reach, kind of push that puck outside. Martinez was able to get to the net. Didn't have a lot on it.
Stonehouse definitely has that good reach advantage. One of the taller defensemen on the Marauders squad, and of course one of the alternate. Do we say alternate or assistant captains? What's the official terminology, or does it matter? Those don't feel like interchangeable words to me. I think
Matty likes to be called an assistant captain, but I think it's an alternate captain.
Okay.
He probably just doesn't want to admit that he's an alternate.
I know they were on social media. They were showing off. They had the big captain's dinner over the weekend.
That's right.
They went someplace I haven't been to yet since they've changed management. The Stockyard. I keep wanting to get over there.
That's
too.
a big favorite of Coach Allard.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I don't think the boys minded that at all.
I remember going there years ago. The lobster pie was always a favorite. I think that might still be on the menu. I don't know. Here comes Cam Fici on the breakout. Now I'm getting hungry. Hopefully the Marauders are also hungry here on the offensive attack. How's that for a segue? Yeah, it'll be cleared out by the Spyponders. That'll be an icing, though, and Marauders will get another face-off here to the right of Davies.
Keep on talking about the Stockyard. You might get a free dinner out of it.
I doubt that. Especially in the current climate for restaurants. For sure. We got a face-off here upcoming. That's Cam Fici going. I would guess that's probably Malatesta on the other side, and it is. And Fici pushed it forward. Puck rolls out in front. Davies is just going to dive on that one.
That's a dangerous play for a goalie to go sliding across the crease like that.
Yeah.
It was a good aggressive play. You just don't want your goalie to take a hit on the way out. Fici kind of bombed out of the way on it.
Once again, Cam Fici, Reed Malatesta to take the face-off. Cam Fici, sophomore, Belmont Hill transfer, playing this year with his older brother and senior co-captain Ben Fici. There's Cam with it. Cam circling around. Nice stick handling by Cam in the corner again, kind of going back and forth. Looks like he's trying to pass it to himself. Now he gets it up top. That's Tom Grace with it. Grace fires the shot through a screen. Oh, glove save Davies.
Hirsch down there without a stick.
Yep. Well, I think the Marauders were definitely hoping for a rebound on that one, Matt, because the puck was a lot of bodies in front, and had Davies not handled that cleanly, maybe the Marauders would have had a chance for a putback.
That might have been Gilbert. Gilbert lost his stick, was trying to force the puck out.
It'll be sophomore Ryan Gilbert, number 6. Here is number 8, Dom Leoza, the lone senior captain on this Arlington squad. Marauders poke it out of the zone. I think this time it's going to be an icing the other way.
It took a sweet time to get down there.
It sure did, and I'm surprised, given how slow it went, that the official didn't want to wave it off. But I guess on the high school level, you know, you don't want that crazy race to the end line.
No, and you want the team to pay for icing the puck. You know, it's there for a reason.
But if it's a slow one, the goal is to just try to clear it out and not ice it. I don't know if they were intentionally. There's a shot and a pad save off the stick of Brendan Hirsch. That was close. Nice job by Griffin there to make the stop. It looked like he had to. I don't think he had that shot seeing it cleanly. That was definitely through a screen. Now a battle along the near boards. And it'll be held up against there for the COVID face-off.
COVID face-off.
I'm trying to work in this new lingo into the...
Drew Fecto's had a great
This is only my second COVID hockey game under the new rules.
Drew Fecto's been battling on the boards all day. He's had a really, really good game.
Marauders here on the breakout. Declan Harrington looking for Matt Rowan, but he came in offside.
Matty's got to know to hold up there. He's got to slow that down. I know he's trying to get through there with speed.
We've played about 7 minutes here in this second period. Still no score. What is really shaping up to be a great game between these two crosstown hockey rivals. both owning hardware from last season, both co-state champions in their respective divisions. Gaziano gets knocked into the boards. And Arlington's able to keep this one in. Centering pass, and it winds up right on the stick of
Grace.
Grace.
Push that down. They're going to wave the icing off. Doesn't make it all the way down.
It does not, and there's Desmond going back to get it. Some nice hustle there from Matty Rowan as he finishes up the end of his shift, trying to forecheck and maybe pop the puck loose now along the far boards. And there's a nice nifty little stick handling move from Arlington's Jake Russell. Russell leaves it back for Nico Martinez. Shot blocked. I think that was Palmer who blocked it, and puck bouncing loose, and
Russell's got some silky mitts. The puck dances around his stick.
I like that, silky mitts. That's a good expression. Not one I can't say I've heard before, but I do think it works. Marauders looking to center that, looking to get it in front for Palmer. Marauders keeping this one in now. Another shot, and trying for the redirect once again. That was Matthew Palmer, and Davies might have got a piece of it. It deflected out of play.
Yeah, went off of Palmer's stick. He was a little too high. Keep that puck below the goal, below the crossbar.
But, you know, we've seen Davies now bouncing out of the goal a little bit. It feels like if the Marauders can keep the pressure on here, there's going to be some opportunities with some loose pucks and, you know, open net opportunities. I think they might be able to poke one past Davies.
They had a little traffic in front. They have some big bodies.
I'm getting that vibe. It's, you know, I don't know. As I once said on another broadcast, I think I smell a rally, although I guess you don't really have rallies in hockey. I think that was another sport. Doesn't quite carry over, but Marauders have definitely been playing well in this period, Matt. I think it feels like they've controlled the play a little more after really almost since Arlington was controlling play up until they committed that penalty. Now it feels like Belmont's got a little of the momentum back, and that's despite being in the penalty box themselves once.
They found a way to get the puck out of their zone. That was going to be the key. A lot of flip passes. Let your speed guys go chase it down.
Sadowski had won that face-off, and Arlington is able to keep that in. Reed Malatesta now. It's Sadowski again, looking for the wraparound, and Griffin is there. Good movement side to side in the net by Ryan Griffin. Leoza sends it down to the corner for Malatesta. Or check that. Now there's Malatesta with it. And puck bouncing around again, and Sadowski trying to sweep in the bouncing puck. It's cleared out of the zone by the Marauders. That was a little dangerous.
That was a nice push by Arlington.
Malatesta now has it at center, cross ice. And they set up, they were trying to push it ahead for Sadowski. He's down there along with Stonehouse, and now Arlington again keeps it in. Arlington player falls down, that's Malatesta. He's trying to line up between the circles. Now coming in the shot, and that'll be deflected behind the goal. Leoza keeps it in. Malatesta looking in front, and strong defense again from Tom Grace. Got enough of a stick on that, on the attempted pass. Here's Leoza again with the keep in. Ben Fici now battling with Malatesta. Here's a loose puck shot. Griffin the save off the stick of Matalesi. And it's knocked back out of the zone. Nice clear by the Marauders as they didn't end up icing the puck. And they get a chance to change lines. Circling all the way around is Mike Dunning. From near to far side, he leaves it for Hirsch. Dunning will fire it near side. Back up top, it's Leoza. And Belmont player knocked off the puck there. That's Harrington.
Fici's been out there for a long shift.
Shot and a glove save by Griffin, to which Ben Fici says thank you, because I think, as you just said, Matt, he's heading right to the bench. Needs a breather.
That looked to be
the extended
2+ minute shift, and Arlington had them on their heels, so they were running around a little bit.
Face off to the left of Griffin. Coming up on 12 minutes to go here in regulation of this scoreless semifinal game. And that one comes all the way back around Gaziano, and now Rowan pokes it out and sends it far corner, looking for Michaud. He's knocked off the puck, and it's brought to center where it'll be sent right back in. Davies and Desmond has it. He tries to clear it out. Some forechecking pressure from the Marauders is not going to wind up in a clear just yet. Marauders able to keep this one in. Peter Grace did a nice job on the far side. And that one is going to bounce in, and Gaziano goes back to get it. And Fecto was right there on top of him. He knocked Gaziano into the boards. That's one of those borderline calls where Gaziano's got his back turned. I mean, you could maybe, if you think that Fecto's dragging him down there, call penalty.
Yeah, that's just a quick contact play. Both guys have the right to that area. I think Joey Gaziano may have tripped up on his own feet there. Didn't look like it was a lot of pressure on him to go down. And of course, he tied up the referee with it, which is why we saw the whistle. He was on the bottom of the pile.
Face-off controlled by the Spyponders. Back up top, Leosa shot, and
nice stick by Henry Stonehouse.
Yeah, his stick was in the right place there. Stonehouse sends it back out. Under 11 minutes to go in regulation. Puck behind the boards, and Mike Pomer had it for a moment. Now Arlington will try to start out on the break. It's a 3-on-3 break, and there's Stonehouse once again. Gets control of the puck. We'll pinch it on out for Tom Grace. And he was looking to get it to Mike Pomer. Pomer stumbled there, and that allows Arlington to keep the play in. Battling forward is Alessi. Now, Nico Martinez in front in the slot with space to shoot, but he couldn't control the puck. And Marauders will ice this one with a little over 10 minutes to go here in regulation.
Yeah, I don't think they mind that one. The third line got caught out. They were on their heels. Get the puck down the ice, take a face-off, get your first line back out.
Well, this has all the drama of a state tournament game as far as I'm concerned. I realize there are no state tournament games here in Massachusetts this year, and that's why all these various leagues and conferences have set up their own in-house league tournaments, which I think is a great idea. Kind of came up a bit late in the development.
Not a good rebound control. Not good rebound control by Griffin there.
Yeah, that was a dangerous one. It bounced in. Griffin couldn't. Thought you're right. Maybe he should have gloved that one for another face-off. Instead, play continues, but it does wind up on the stick of Cam Fici. He'll try to break it out. He'll send it down the ice. That's going to be another icing anyway.
I think he saw his brother breaking down the side. A little too far out, a little too much on it. They definitely like that play, though, putting that puck into space, let Ben Fici go chase it down and create an offensive opportunity.
I don't blame him. I mean, that's the play. I mean, and if anyone knows that play better than anyone, it'd be his younger brother. Who,
absolutely.
Going back to their early days when they were both skating together. I know they haven't really been teammates on a lot of teams, but I imagine at least just when they were first learning to skate, they were certainly on the ice together a lot. I imagine. Now here comes.
They just missed each other in the youth hockey realm, so of course they've been on ice growing up together. They didn't play a lot together.
Did play on the midget squad, which you said won their tournament.
They won the states last year.
Yeah.
Last year.
Right. So I guess one of two state titles for Ben anyway, right?
That's right. That's right.
Getting a piece of that co-championship for D1. Davies will cover that up. A little over 9 minutes remaining in regulation time. And again, we hope you're enjoying all the coverage here of BHS Sports TV's coverage of all these postseason games. Girls basketball is on the schedule. They advanced with a quarterfinal win yesterday, I believe, against Watertown. They're playing Arlington today. And Jeremy Meserve, after this game's over, has more work to do. He'll be heading on up there to bring you the live broadcast of that one. Again, you can check all these games out, even on the replay. You can check them out live, of course, live stream, but also on replay at belmontmedia.org. Battle there for the puck, and bouncing around, that's Thomas Grace battling down there along with Declan Harrington. Now it's poked loose, but kept in by, I think that was Dunning on the keep-in. Extended play now for Arlington behind the net. Lurking in front is Jake Russell. He was in front, now back out. Desmond trying to center it. It's right on the stick of Stonehouse, and it'll be shot back into the zone. Arlington with a change here. Belmont will need to get it out before they can get their change going. Tom Grace, nice stick handling, and he does get it over the blue line to fire a shot. However, he's also takes a hit into the boards and is a little slow to get up. And so now Ryan Griffin should cover that puck up. He will with 8:06 to go in regulation. Hopefully Tom Grace is okay.
Tommy took a good little knock. He came off a little gingerly, but I think he looks like he's all right. You know, Belmont got caught again at their bench. For some reason, they're not coming over the boards to come on the ice. So they got guys coming in, guys going off. You just saw again a really odd man situation that Arlington wasn't able to take control of.
And what's weird too here, Matt, this arena is set up the exact same way at the skip rink because the bench is in the exact same spot relative to where Belmont's goalie is. Shot and a save. Mike Pomer fired one high, was trying to sneak it under the crossbar, and Jake Davies gloved it to force another faceoff.
That puck looked to be on edge, and sometimes that can be an advantage for the guy taking a shot.
Matthew Pomer on this faceoff against Sadowski.
Nice job by Sadowski. Pomer had him beat on the outside. He was able to kind of hook him and keep him from going past him to the puck.
Here comes the pass to Sadowski. He races over the blue line, and the shot will be deflected out of play. Gaziano got a stick on that. And we'll have another stoppage. Getting back, though, to my earlier point, Matt, it is kind of weird. This is the whole setup at the rink here, the John Ryan rink in Watertown, exactly the way it would be set up at the skip. So I'm not necessarily sure why there's this issue, perhaps, that you're, as you said, you're seeing with the players having a little trouble getting back to the bench.
Yeah, they wouldn't be going off sides to get over the boards. I don't know what they're doing.
Cam Feechy forward to Shea Donahue. Donahue stick handling, trying to work his way in. It's the Marauders' top line out there. Cam and Ben Feechy along with Shea Donahue up front with Grayson Stonehouse, who've been logging a lot of minutes in this game. Feels like they've been back on defense a fair amount of the time in this one. Doing yeoman work, however, I have to say. But how much more energy do they have left? Again, I think both teams running on a bit of adrenaline at this stage. It's been an intense game, and again, fourth game for both of these teams in the last 6 days, and the third one head-to-head against each other.
Leosa did a great job getting that puck up the ice. Got the puck deep. Wasn't able to get an offensive opportunity, but he's able to create offensive opportunities with that kind of rush.
Under 7 minutes to go here in regulation time. Belmont 0, Arlington 0. Still looking for a goal here. We mentioned Belmont doesn't lose when they score. They are unbeaten this year when they put the biscuit in the basket, like they say. Here comes Malatesta, 1-on-3, and Marauders knock him off the puck. That one almost wound up in the Belmont bench, but stays on the ice. Thomas Grace. Tommy Grace will send it forward to Donahue. Will push it in, and Marauders will change up here. Here's Malatesta. Runs into the brick wall.
Stonehouse used the referee's little pick play there.
I don't know how I missed the obvious pun there. Brick wall. I call him a brick wall. Should be stone wall, right? Of course, right?
That would have been a good one.
I missed that.
I think the Arlington announcers did a great job in the Belmont game on Henry Stonehouse.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure, though. Amazing. I heard Amazing Grace just one too many times. Hey, they are amazing players, but I don't know. I think they beat that joke into the ground just a possible little bit there. Just saying.
Well, I'm not going to give Coach Russell a hard time.
No, they had I give the enthusiasm though for those.
Absolutely, it was great. It was great. It was very entertaining to listen to.
Yeah, entertaining for sure. Here's the shot fired down into the near corner. Rowan looking to center, goes off the side of the net. Declan Harrington, near side, swings it around past Rowan. Michaud there.
Flynn did a great job there, getting body position on Michaud. Michaud had the inside line. Flynn pushed him off and was able to work his way to the puck. Really nice job by Brendan Flynn. You know, those little plays, when you make them, that's what helps you get the puck out. If he doesn't fight for that position with Michaud there, Michaud's turning that puck and it's back behind their goalie.
Faceoff's going to be outside the Arlington blue line with a little over 5.5 minutes remaining here in regulation time. Should we remain deadlocked after 45 minutes, we'll go to a 3-on-3 5-minute overtime period, sudden death, and they will not resurface the ice. We'll just have a very short break and then be back. Here comes Fecto, and all over him was Gaziano. Puck deflected. This time, Leosa keeps it in. Dumps it far corner. Peter Grace racing back, and there's Gaziano to sweep it around. And Ben Fici looking for Shea Donahue with the bounce pass. And back there was Leosa. He was the first one to touch it. And now the battle. Here comes our coach.
Get your fourth guy in.
There you go.
So listen, you can take advantage of that very obviously, right? So if I'm Belmont and I'm down behind the goal, I'm putting my fourth man in there to take the face off.
Right. Yeah, I would think, sure.
It's a face off in the zone, right?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Listen.
You're right. When you see that situation and you know the rules. But again, it is a new rule this year, so part of it, and as you mentioned too, Matt, limited practices, so how often have they had a chance? It's not their first instinct to necessarily go down there in the scrum.
Yep, no question about it.
But it would be advantageous if it was.
That's what yeah. So I know the thought is, hey, go in and battle. Hey, go in and stand outside and wait for the puck to come to me. I'm one of those that I want my guys flying in, getting sticks inside, trying to push that puck out. Take the offensive zone face off.
Less than 5 minutes to go in regulation. Arlington has some control of the face-off, although Ben Packard is battling out there for the loose puck, and now Sadowski starts the breakout for the Spyponders. He races in around Stonehouse. Puck goes off the side of the net. And Mike Pomer to Matt Pomer. Both Pomers are out there right now, and back is Tommy Grace. Grace will slow it down and set things up once again.
Clear the red line, dump it in. You'll take that. You don't want to get pinned in your own end. Tommy Grace, 4 years of varsity hockey, he knows. Skate the puck out of your end, get it as far as you can. Open up a passing lane, skate it across the red line. Those are your options. He's been doing a really nice job today.
Seems like there was a quick whistle there too. Davies gloved that and immediately I would have thought he would have dumped it. He had teammates down there to drop the puck to, but instead it forced the face-off. However, Arlington wins that face-off, so that would negate the Belmont advantage. Here, coming back down the other way is Brendan Hirsch. Leosa up top of the point. The shot saved by Griffin. Now under 4 minutes to go in regulation as Matt Rowan will send it on down ice. Michaud will swing it over. Him, Rowan, Declan Harrington out there. And part of the line combo will be covered up again by Davies for another face-off.
Harrington's going to draw a crowd, taking a couple of whacks at the goalie there.
Well, again, Davies seems to be forcing a lot of these face-offs. I'll say this, if there are any plays, Coach Allard has practiced to try to win face-off kind of winning plays. So we're getting closer and closer to the end of regulation. You might want to try to employ one of them on these constant face-offs the other way. Meanwhile, back this side, it's Russell, a 2-on-none, and boy, Griffin was there. We're going to have a penalty called on the Marauders, and that was, I think, Russell over there on the far side that got taken down.
Is he calling a penalty?
I think, no. Yeah, he is. Calling a roughing penalty. It's a minor penalty, so it'll be just the 2 minutes.
Peter Grace, 3:24 left.
That could be a big one. Only the third penalty called in this game, second one on Belmont, and they've both been in this period.
So they're going to spend the next 2 minutes trying to kill off a penalty here. We know how well Arlington moves the puck. They're going to take a timeout.
Coach John, Arlington is?
Arlington's going to take a timeout. Missouri's already got the whiteboard out.
Yeah. So he definitely wants to set something up here with the man advantage. 3 minutes, 24 seconds to go in regulation. We remain scoreless here in the semifinal game of the 2021 Middlesex League Boys Varsity Tournament. Championship game will be on Saturday. It'll be against the winner of 8th-seeded Burlington and 5th-seeded Winchester. This is a 3-7 matchup with Belmont being the only favored seed to win in quarterfinal round action yesterday. And boy, Matt, you can't understate how big a penalty kill this is for the Marauders upcoming here. Their biggest of the season. I mean, there was a 2-on-0 breakdown there, and it kind of felt like those are the kinds of breaks that if you can somehow avoid having the goal scored on you, you're probably going to end up having to commit a penalty to do it.
Well, Griffin did a nice job getting across the goal crease on that.
Yes.
He really made a nice play. I'm not even sure they got a shot at the net, but Griffin had closed it down on the backside.
He's Matt Grace. I'm Todd Bloniers. Our cameraman extraordinaire is Jeremy Meserve. And if you just tuned into our live stream here this afternoon, as part of BHS Sports TV's postseason coverage, where the heck have you been? This has been an incredible game here this afternoon, with Belmont and Arlington playing a game that has not resembled either of the first two games that we saw between these two teams, and that's good news for the Marauders. We remain scoreless. However, the Marauders now with 3:24 to go in regulation time will have to kill off a Peter Grace roughing penalty, and the face-off is upcoming here to the left of Ryan Griffin. Ben Fici, the senior captain, will take the face-off against Malatesta. It is won by the Spyponders. Leosa, top of the point. He has it up top.
Arlington's doing a nice job flashing in front of Griffin. I mean, they're putting a player right past him, try to take his line of sight out.
Alessi behind the goal. Malatesta's parked out in front, looking for an opportunity. There's a shot and a save by Griffin off the stick of Jake Russell. Back up top, Leosa, Russell.
Nice job by Grace to get a stick on that, disrupt that play.
Grace, Stonehouse, and Ben and Cam feature on the penalty kill for Belmont. And a little give and go behind the net. That's Sadowski. The freshman, Jack Sadowski, out here on the power play for Arlington. They try to center it out in front, a nice block there. It ends up back on the stick of Sadowski, and Marauders poke it out, but they can't clear it out of the zone. Not quite. Cam Fici can't find the puck. Malatesta, Sadowski, the shot right off the shoulder of Ryan Griffin, and it pops up behind the goal. Down to 50 seconds left on the power play for Arlington.
Kind of like myself that I can go away in an instant.
Music Life at bbcworldservice.com/Music Life.
In part one of Outlook, Amos Nahum, a photographer fed for his daring pictures of underwater predators, described how his dream to swim with a polar bear soon became a nightmare when the bear began diving straight towards him. With nowhere to go, Amos had no choice but to keep diving down.
I took shallow breath to make sure that I have enough air to come back up. When I got to 30 feet, there was no more air in my tank.
Hear how that episode folded after the news.
BBC News with Debbie Russ. French President Emmanuel Macron has urged Europe and the US to hand over 5% of the coronavirus vaccines to developing countries. Speaking to the Financial Times, he said immunization campaign barely begun in many African nations, leaving them to buy doses at over the price paid by the EU. People living in the Indonesian
puck is loose, shot by Flynn goes wide. One last chance here on the power play for Arlington. There's the shot, puck far side, or excuse me, not a shot, it was a pass. They're trying to get it centered. And now the penalty time is up. Peter Grace is out of the box, and we have a whistle with 1:20 to go in regulation.
There was a good kill by Belmont. Arlington moved the puck really well. They got a number of shots through. Griffin did a good job here just shutting down that backside.
Two good penalty kills in this game for the Marauders here in the second period to keep this game scoreless, as we're down to the final 75 seconds in regulation time. That is going to be an icing.
You know, one of the problems Belmont's had, those breakout passes that they're making, they're not keeping them on the ice. They're getting them in the air, they're getting a little high. The wings aren't going to be able to bat those pucks down like that. They have to keep those pucks on the ice, or as we talked about, take a few strides, find an open lane, keep it on the ice.
Big face-off upcoming here with 1:08 to go in regulation. Declan Harrington will take it for Belmont against, I believe that's Reed Malatesta it is, and the face-off won once again by Arlington, as they were doing for much of the first period. Down to the final minute of regulation. There's a shot and a block, a big block there in front. Another shot, and Griffin makes the stop. Peter Grace got his body out in front of the first shot, and on the rebound, Griffin made sure his body was in front to make the big save with under a minute to go.
Griffin's really done a great job finding the right angles. He's really put himself in a position to make saves. You saw that one where he kind of leaned into it on the backside. He wanted to make sure he took that inside post away.
Face-off, Sadowski. And it is not one. Actually, Marauders are going to just ice it again with 48.7 seconds to go here in regulation time. Again, stays scoreless here. We'll take a very brief 2-minute break, and then we'll have 3-on-3 hockey for 5 minutes.
Let's see if they try to get Benfici going on up the wall here. They'll have no problem icing it again.
Cam Fici trying to win the faceoff. He does. It's knocked up along the boards, and here is Benfici on the breakout. Fici to the puck from a tough angle, and the save by Davies. Redirected front. Cam Fici was there, but so were a couple of red jerseys. Back the other way. Down to 30 seconds to go as it's dumped in by Arlington. Stonehouse cannot clear it out. The shot will bounce into the near corner. Sadowski back up top to Leoza. He'll fire the shot from the point. Save Griffin. Rebound. Another save by Griffin. Another save. Puck is pumped loose. And it's kept in once again by Arlington with under 10 seconds to go in regulation. They're going to get one more shot attempt, they think, but it's right on the stick of Tommy Grace. It'll clear the zone, and we're going to have another overtime game, the second in as many days here at the John Ryan Arena.
That was a great push by Arlington. Great push by Arlington. They really tested Griffin in the last 3-4 minutes of this game. Certainly killing that penalty for Belmont. The last 2 minutes, you saw exactly what happened. Arlington really, really put it on him.
What a game this has turned into, Matt. No question about it. Again, we welcome you. Hopefully you've been watching throughout. My name's Todd Bloniers alongside Matt Rowan here on the broadcast, and Jeremy Meserve on our camera here this afternoon. Still no score through 45 minutes. And now, after a very brief break, although these players could probably use a little bit more rest, given that it's their second overtime for both teams in as many days, we'll have 5 minutes of 3-on-3. And, well, I mean, you probably said it yesterday, man, when you were calling the game yesterday, Matt. What's your thought here? I mean, Belmont, you would think, has the advantage with more open ice, creating opportunities for, of course, Benfici and the rest of the speedy Belmont forwards.
Yeah, no question, but, I mean, let's be honest. We've watched Arlington flying up and down the ice. You know, Russell, Martinez, Malatesta. Those kids can move.
Yeah,
Leosa.
Yeah.
These kids can move. So they're going to try to take advantage of this ice, this space as well. Belmont is going to have to be really careful. There's a lot of odd man rushes created when you put a puck down low. Arlington looks to get out. Belmont's going to do the same thing. This is going to be a fun 5 minutes. Let's look.
Yeah, you got two sophomore goalies who are going to try to keep their teams in the game. Of course, that's Ryan Griffin for Belmont and Jake Davies for Arlington, as we are awaiting got 30 seconds left in this little play stoppage. Now, if they remain tied through the overtime, we'll go back to what the formats have been for recent state tournaments. They would go to a shootout at that point.
I believe they go to a shootout.
It will not be an endless overtime barrage here.
No, we saw that a couple of years ago with BC High going into 4 overtimes in the Garden. The Division I championship didn't start till about 10:30 that night. They wanted to eliminate that.
I saw it about 25 years ago, Belmont varsity boys hockey game that they couldn't finish on a Saturday because there were 3 more games, and we had to trek up 48 hours later to Merrimack College to see the end of a game. Basically, they had to play.
They play a full game?
They played through 4. They played 4 periods. They played overtime period, and then they said, well, we can't have a second overtime period because this was under the old OT rules. They said, nope, you're coming back Monday. We got 3 more games to play here today. And, well, some of us had to make some major inconveniences. Like I got sick on Monday. Let's just put it that way. Oops, sorry, I have the puck flu. I don't know what came over me. Here's Benfici with the shot, and it goes wide.
Puck control is everything in this type of format. Don't just give up the puck. If you have to leave the zone, but don't give up the puck.
Benfici, Tom Grace, 2 senior captains along with Cam Fici. Those are the 3 on the ice for the Marauders. Here's Cam Fici trying to make a move. He's out there. It's Malatesta, Leoza, and Dunning are the 3 on the ice for Arlington to start things off. And Benfici obviously trying to end it early with that quick shot just seconds into the overtime.
Dunning lost his stick early. He had to go back and get it.
So puck control is of utmost importance here. Don't want to have a turnover on open ice. Leosa centers it in front for Malatesta.
Nice in front.
Griffin with the stop. Stopped him cold. Now it's Declan Harrington on the ice. Harrington with the shot. That'll go wide, deflected. Dunning was out there to redirect that. Also on the ice right now are Stonehouse and Matt Rowan. The next 3. Arlington trying to get their fresh 3 here in a little over a minute into the overtime. That is Flynn, Brendan Flynn.
Matty Rowan's done a good job with that long stick.
Yeah.
Arlington's had to back away a few times.
Yeah, and they've had to made him retreat all the way behind the goal.
He's going to look to make a change now.
Allard will change in for Declan Harrington. Ben Fichi back out there on the ice, along with Cam. Here comes Sadowski. Sadowski looking. Now the angle was cut off. Good defense there by Stonehouse.
Great speed coming behind the net.
Leosa trying to work the give and go back to Sadowski.
That was a senior on a freshman right there.
Yeah. Marauders have control. Fichi, cross-ice pass could have been a dangerous one, and Cam Fichi still has to go back to get it as we're now almost halfway through this 5-minute sudden death overtime period. Ben Fichi races in, trying to make the move. The shot.
Nice save.
Oh, Davies coming up big with the blocker.
He came in with a lot of speed on that play.
Sure did. Here is Flynn. Brendan Flynn, Tom Grace all over him. Declan Harrington sends it forward for Cam Fichi. Fichi now in open ice, trying to make his move. Sticks around, gets it, now tries to get it to Harrington, and it's broken up. And controlled by Dunning.
Cam's going to need a change here.
Already 3 minutes into this 5-minute overtime period.
Shea Donahue gets a chance out in the 3-on-3.
Yep, he's out there right now along with Tommy Grace and Declan Harrington. Here comes Leosa. Leosa, the shot and the blocker save for Ryan Griffin.
Leosa really can use his speed there. Take advantage of it. Nice job physically right there on Shea Donahue, who's a big, strong boy.
Here's Malatesta looking for space. Poked off the play by Tom Grace. Malatesta gets it back. Still battling for it. In the slot, now it's Sadowski. Tough angle. Big save for Griffin once again.
Nice. I tell you, there was a really nice job by Harrington of staying patient. He could have tried to rip that puck around, lose control. That patience allowed Belmont to get a change, get some new bodies, and control the puck.
And we're coming up on the last 70 seconds of regulation time. Here's Matt Rowan. Throws it in front. Nobody was there that time, and just some red shirts. And now we're down to the final minute of this overtime. A shootout is looming. Ben Fichi hoping for a turnover there. He chased Gilbert back for the puck. Here comes Sadowski again. Flynn tries to crash the net for Arlington. Cross-ice pass, Leosa at the point. Fires it in. It's knocked down by Peter Grace. Here comes Ben Fichi on the break. Fichi coming into the save by Davies, and
great
he covers
play by
up.
Davies. Little out in front of Fichi, but Davies did a great job staying centered on him.
Davies had to be wondering in that split second, do I want to run up there and try to jump on it? Knowing he's probably going to take a stick to the head as Fichi's trying to get to that puck. What a race there.
These John Missouri's got some really good young goalies here in Arlington.
We got Stonehouse, and we've got Cam and Ben Fichi, and we've also got a timeout with 36.6 seconds to go. I believe that would be a Belmont timeout, and it is.
Probably a wise decision. Ben Fichi looks a little gassed. He's going to need a second to collect his breath.
Sure.
And you're going to want him out there for the last 36 seconds.
No question about that. Again, if we don't have any score in the next 36.6 seconds, we will go to a shootout. So we'll be seeing either way, we'll be seeing a lot of the Fichis here over the. I imagine if we get to a shootout, they will be called upon early to take part in that shootout. I guess they would start 3 aside, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Yeah, big face-off is upcoming here, Matt. It'll be to the left of Jake Davies of Arlington.
Arlington's done a great job in the face-off dot all day. I have to think that they've won more than Belmont. This is a big one. They're going to need to win this face-off and control this puck.
Who do you have take the face-off? Would you want it to be Cam over Ben?
I think you want Cam to take that face-off, yeah.
I mean, he's more of a natural center, right?
No question about it. No, yeah, he absolutely is. Jake Russell's looked great in the dot. Certainly Reed Malatesta's looked great in the dot for Arlington. They got a lot. Coach Missouri has a lot of options to put out there. Even Sadowski's played. He's looked good in the dot.
Yeah, Dunning and Leosa head out there as 2 of the 3 along with Malatesta. I assume it'll be Malatesta on the face-off.
I think so.
It'll be against Cam Fichi. We've seen this 4-2 matchup quite a bit. between the jerseys. Ben Feachy's out there along with Henry Stonehouse. That's Belmont's 3 with 36.6 to go. Face-off, Cam Feachy can't control it. It was won by Malatesta. And he has it, although the puck's loose. Cam Feachy sneaks it out. Tried to throw it in front. Ben Feachy circling, and now covering it up is Davies, as a couple of Arlington players got backed right up into the Spyponder goalie.
Cam didn't give up on the puck. He just kept carrying the puck down the wall. He finally was able to one-handed to the net.
Well, now you see Ben Feachy lining up behind his brother at the back of the circle with 26.1 seconds to go here in the overtime. He tries to push it back to Ben. Ben, the shot. Oh, boy, that's the one you were looking for, with the puck taking some crazy bounces, but Davies got enough of it. Let's see if the Marauders can force one more turnover here in the final 15 seconds of the overtime. But instead, it's going to be an Arlington breakout. Here comes Ryan Malatesta racing down. Left side, throws it in front. Saved by Ryan Griffin. They tried for the jam in as Malatesta threw it out in front. Feachy will shoot it down, and we have come to the end of the overtime period. And we are still scoreless, and so now it's going to take a shootout to decide who advances to the championship game in the Middlesex League tournament on Saturday.
Well, this will be interesting to see who each team takes in. You know, historically, knowing Ryan Griffin, having coached Ryan Griffin, he has historically done well in these type of situations. I can't imagine Arlington's goalies haven't. They've been fantastic all day. They've seen a lot of 1-on, 2-on-0s. I'm looking forward to this shootout.
Yeah, if you're Missouri, who do you? I assume you would stick with Davies here.
I think you have to. Yeah,
right. I mean, he's been on the ice, right? He's the warm goalie. But him and his both Davies and Mike Hayes have played great in net for Arlington today.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Arlington always has a lot of skilled players. Belmont has a lot of skilled players. I mean, let's be honest. We've seen a lot of minutes of hockey here, and still no score.
Yeah, 50 minutes, not enough to decide this one, not enough to get a goal in the net. Do I have to bring up Belmont's stat again? I guess it's going to probably hold true here, possibly. We noticed anytime the Marauders score this year, they win the game, or at least get points. It's going to have to be a win today. There will be no tie in this one.
So I'm interested now to see. I want to see if I get Dan Brothers to find out, after you shoot, you finish that round, can they shoot again, or do you have to keep going down your bench?
I would think that you'd have to go through a fair number. I mean, otherwise you could keep bringing the same couple of guys out if you wanted to. I mean, I don't know if that's
the shootout.
But then again, I guess the advantage, if you have a deeper team, then you have an advantage if everyone has to shoot. So I don't know which way. I don't know how they would make the rule to try to, make it fair for both teams. Whether you have two teams with kind of equal depth charts.
We all remember in the Olympics when Oshie kept going back out. He kept being the shooter.
That's right. Well, Davies will take his spot in the goal to our right. And, of course, Griffin will go back over to his goal to our left. So both teams will continue to shoot at the nets they've been shooting at throughout today's game. And it'll be Arlington to start this off. That's number 20, Matt Alessi, to start off in the shootout. Alessi with the shot and the save by Griffin.
Griffin's just able to dive bomb his pad down over to the left side. Shut that back door.
Henry Stonehouse, Belmont alternate captain.
I know Henry's playing defense, but he's been a forward his whole life. He switched last year. He's always been effective in the shootout.
Definitely needs to think offense right now as he comes in as the first Belmont player to shoot here in the shootout, as he'll try to make a move, and a shot and a save for Davies.
Tried to go 5-hole. Davies did a great job of flashing it, taking it away at the last moment.
Coming up next for Arlington, it's freshman Jack Sadowski. Boy, you can tell the coach Missouri must really love this kid. Yeah. We've seen Sadowski a lot on the ice. He was out there on the power play today for Arlington. He's the second man up in the shootout. Again, only a freshman.
After watching him play today, you can see why.
He had the game winner in overtime for Arlington yesterday, and you can see why. Here he tries to make a move. And he scores.
Nice backhand. Took his time. He was pretty patient.
Ben Feachy, the other Belmont captain, the other senior captain this year. Again, this starts as a best of 3, so this isn't a must score yet, although, again, with Ben Feachy out there, you certainly hope he continues his scoring prowess.
See if Fiji tries to muscle this or finesse it.
43 career goals for Ben Fiji, and there's number 44.
Really great. You know, you have to respect that big shot he has. He's able to take that backhand, sort of almost a carbon copy of what Sadowski just did.
We're tied at 1 in the shootout. Up next for Arlington, it's their junior captain, Reed Malatesta. And a save for Griffin.
Nice job by Griffin now. Cam Fiji has a chance to win this game right here if he puts one in.
That's right.
It's a nice bid by Malatesta.
Cam Fiji in his first season as a Marauder has a chance to win this game and advance Belmont to the championship game here in this year's very special Middlesex League Boys Varsity Hockey Tournament. Here comes Cam. Scores! The Marauders win! Cam Fiji, what a move! And the Marauders mobbed both Fiji and goaltender Ryan Griffin, who came up with 2 big saves in that shootout. As the Marauders take it 2-1, I guess the official scores 1-0 in the game, and the Marauders advance. What an incredible game here, Matt.
Arlington's not very happy. They don't think that went in off the initial shot. They think he might have tucked it in afterwards. The referees call it a goal.
It was, I mean, I could see where there could be a potential debate there, only because Cam Fiji was really uptight on Davies, and maybe there was a split second where the puck might have bounced. You know, maybe there could have been a double shot there, and it would have been hard to tell for anyone, you know, other than maybe the goalie.
It was called a goal on the ice. I think that's the way it's going to stand. It looks like Belmont's going to advance. Yeah, they're saying it was a good goal.
Well, I know an old sports cliche is it's tough to beat a team 3 times in one season, and Arlington was trying to do that here this afternoon, but I'll tell you, they gave the Marauders everything they could handle, and boy, the Marauders gave everything Arlington could handle.
It was a great matchup. You know, both teams should be impressed. Both coaches should be impressed. All the fans should be impressed. It was an excellent game to call, a fun game to watch. I'm looking forward to see it on tape.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this one will definitely be worth a rewatch for all the families and friends of Belmont hockey for sure. And of course, as far as the Saturday schedule goes, you can go to BelmontHighSchoolHockey.com. They'll have updates on the time and place for that matchup. It'll be against the winner of Winchester or Burlington, and the Marauders will be going in as the higher seed, so they'll be the home team for that game. Incredible game here. We went scoreless through 45 minutes of regulation, and 5 minutes of overtime came down to the shootout, and what do you know, Ben Fiji and Cam Fiji up second and third in the shootout get the goals for the Marauders. Ryan Griffin, who made many big saves throughout the regulation and overtime periods, came up big twice in that overtime to get the victory for the Marauders and advance now to the Middlesex League Championship, the championship tournament game. And you know, it's a consolation for not being able to play a state tournament this year. So now they'll have a chance to capture a league tournament in this special year. All right, I want to thank Jeremy Meserve once again. Great job on camera over there. Of course, he's the executive producer of BHS Sports TV. Matt Rowan, I want to thank you again. Great job on the mic there this afternoon.
Pleasure.
We'll be back on Saturday.
Looking forward to the next one.
Exactly. We've got one more game for Belmont boys hockey. It'll be coming up, so check it out. BelmontMedia.org is where you can watch the rebroadcast of this game. And until next time, for all of us here, I'm Todd Bloniers. This has been a BHS Sports TV production.
I didn't even see that.
matching with guns, their uniforms of leather jackets and black hats. But they also wanted systemic social change to address the poverty and deprivation endemic in many black areas, like Earl Neal's community in Oakland.
There was a feeling of hopelessness, and especially among the young people. And instead of them being out gangbanging and what have you, many of them departed and saw that as a very positive part of their life, that they could redirect energies.
The Black Panther Party set up a number of social programs. They called them survival programs: health services, prison visit services, community services, and economics and first aid. Earl Neal invited the party to start holding meetings in the basement of his church.
It was my belief, of course, and still is, church is there not only for the benefit of people's souls, but also to deal with community issues and community problems. In Luke chapter 4, with verse 11, I don't mean to go too much scripture on you, Jesus defined his own ministry as dealing with the human condition, that he'd come to bring relief to the captive, recovery of sight to the blind, heal those who are oppressed.
And the way Earl Neal and his parishioner Ruth Beckford Smith decided to start fighting that oppression was with the breakfasts. There was a lot of practical work to be done.
And this included consulting nutritionists to determine what a breakfast menu should include. My role was to meet with the local health board to certify that we met the necessary health and safety codes. We used our tax-exempt status of the church to purchase rolled paper tablecloths, paper plates, paper cups, plastic knives, forks, and spoons.
They got donations from parishioners and local businesses, although not everyone was immediately keen, which meant the Black Panthers' activist tactics had to come into play.
There was a Safeway store right across the street from us. When we first approached Safeway, they refused. But then the